topic for this module is engineer, CSR and project management. Number 1, that is the introduction. 1.1, impact CSR on economics, social, culture and environmental, and as well as on sustainability. We also talk about these CSR activities, done by the corporate people as well as done by our students, as part of their projects. This is really interesting. If later on I'll show you some of the at least one of the successful CSR project conducted by students, previous students who have taken this course. And finally, on project management, planning, budgeting, communicating, and also looking at risk. Risk assessment is one of the area which is very important and become one of the highlights of the ISO 9000. The latest version is looked into or addressed the risk assessment or risk management. Okay, all right. Now let me begin by asking you what it means to be an engineer. What is an engineer? Okay, think about it. Take 1 second to give some thoughts. What is an engineer? Okay, now let's look at also a quote by William A. Wolf, who is the president of the International Academy of Engineering. He said, "A scientist always discovers new things, but an engineer works out how this thing can be used for human welfare and commercial culture." See? So there's by this quote, there's a differentiation between scientist and engineer. So if you look at here, engineer is more like the applied of the technology. We use the basic knowledge to come up with the technology, and this applied knowledge is actually put into good things for the benefit of human life. Okay, something like that. And also the commercial culture. I mean, because engineers are hired in industry, and industry will not progress if there is no commercial value associated with their business. They always think about profits. They think about profits. Otherwise, they won't last. The business won't last if there's no profit. So the commercial elements is always there. So the engineers help the industry to basically gain profits. Okay, roles of an engineer. I'm going to describe this one because my recording is by 15 minutes. I have about 3 minutes here or 2 minutes, and then I will continue with another recording. Okay, roles of an engineer. Now, some says to some extent the engineers are also scientists. This is especially true if the engineers behave like a researcher, looking for new knowledge. Looking for new knowledge. Some engineers get involved in research and they get new knowledge, and based on that new knowledge, people produce technology. So if they do fundamental research, then they become more like a scientist. Okay. Now, besides research, it is commonly engineers engage in development or in design. If we talk about development, is actually transforming ideas or concept into production processes. And if you talk about design, there is a certain process in the design, and the engineer normally get involved in certain phases of that design. But if you want to consider a good design team, actually all the members of the design team should be engaged from the beginning. So they understand each other from the beginning. They can see things better and anticipate things better. Now I have 30 seconds now. Beside that, they also get in production and testing, and also sales, a bit of sales. And why do they engage in sales? Because they can explain things better, because they sometimes know the product better than the salesperson. So they do. Thank you so much. I will continue in another recording. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.